I thought I would do I thought I would do a video response about the current 2012 presidential Republican debate for the 2012-2013 presidential election. Let's see, where do we start? How long is this soap opera gonna go for? I mean, all of them are like, well, you did this and you did that, and well, I beg to differ because you did this, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do that. Well, that one guy who is supposedly, what's his name? Oh, jeez, I can't remember his name. As funny as the whole thing is. Santorum, okay? He's claiming that he wants to eradicate and ban pornography. Yeah, right. Where the hell have you been for the past 20 years, buddy? Well, being in office. Yeah, like he's really gonna ban pornography. He probably watches it himself. I have to honestly say, these guys are doing a very bad acting persona. I'll tell you why. You notice that the crucial questions aren't being asked? Like the one video I posted on here from Lethal Weapon 2. You ever notice how the media question is? No. Let me rephrase that one. You never notice that the media question is never let an outsider question the candidates. The reason being is because they don't want to ask the politicians, why have you been condoning diplomatic immunity for the past 20 years? And of course the politicians are going to say, well, yeah, that's something we need to change. We need to stop the terrorism. We need to change. You're saying that now, but where the fuck you been for the past 20 years? Well, you're letting all these terrorists in and out of the country, but you're strip searching the taxpayers, the citizens. It's really freaking retarded. That's the reason why 9/11 happened. Because Bill Clinton, George Bush Sr., and George W. Bush Jr. gave whoever tried to blow them up diplomatic immunity. Now, if you were to take a real president like Washington and Lincoln, for example, if I were to compliment any of the politicians, they would say, your diplomatic immunity certificate, ID cards, whatever you have, doesn't count here. It's not valid here. Because guess what? This is our country. Your rules are not valid here. Hence why there are different jurisdictions. Hence why a person in New York has absolutely no jurisdiction in someone in Texas. Now, hypothetically speaking, okay, New York is, say, the US, and Texas is, say, China, okay? The US has absolutely no jurisdiction in China, okay? But they're following the same rules when a terrorist walks in. Same thing goes with Afghanistan and the US. Afghanistan follows different laws than the US does. But yet you get the US following the same freaking rules as Afghanistanians. Hence why the Afghanistanians walk into the US, They commit murder. They commit all of these criminal actions. But U.S. politicians don't touch them because of diplomatic immunity. Which is the reason why there are so many corruptions, so many criminal actions, so much terrorism. Because the U.S. politicians condone murder, they condone drug dealing, which, by the way, they also claim to want to eradicate drug dealing, which they condone in the first place. They want to make marijuana legal when they already condone it illegally. You see how, pardon my French, see how fucked up this whole scenario is? Well, we have to change that now. We have to change this, and we have to change that. Gingrich, supposed former Speaker of the House. Let me ask you something, buddy. You claim there's a whole shitload of stuff that they have to fix. What the hell have you been doing in the White House so far? You see, all of these vital questions are never asked because, in reality, this presidential debate crap is a mask to cover up for the fact that Obama has so much control over the government right now that he doesn't want to tell you he's going in for a second term whether you like it or not. He's going in for a second term. I swear he is going in for a second term. And anyone else who loses the election will either move up to vice presidency or the next senator. You know, in the upper, like, judicial branch, somewhere in that freaking area. Because you notice that Obama and Joe Biden went for presidency. Obama won the election, but Biden got vice presidency. So I guarantee you, okay, not either. Obama will be going into a second term, but any of these candidates who are going into the election right now, one of them will win. But they won't be president, they'll be a vice president. And then Biden will be off to do his Speaker of the House bullshit that he does, or that he'll think he'll be doing. He'll be having all these fringe benefits and all this other kind of crap going. But I guarantee you, this whole election, I know for a fact that this whole election thing is a media cover-up. I can picture Rush Limbaugh and Mike Gallagher, they're famous, well-known talk show media guys, okay? I can picture them doing play-by-play commentary for the election. You know, as far as the inauguration goes and making fun of all the politicians, I can picture them doing a play-by-play commentary to show how stupid the whole election is. But like I said, the whole election thing, don't go gung-ho about who you think you should be voting for and all this crap. Keep in mind, the whole election is a fake, because Obama has already proved it through quite a few speeches that he has already done. There's a strong possibility that he has such a big ego that he thinks he's going into a second term. But the reality is that he is going in for a second term because he has enough money for it. Your vote does not count compared to a guy who has $30 million or more, considering he does have quite a big share in the oil industry. That's why the gas prices are so freaking high. It's like Donald Trump says, pretty soon you will be paying $6 a gallon of gas. Because you don't have someone in Washington, D.C. who sits back and says, you're not going to raise that fucking price. You understand me? By the way, I love you, Donald Trump. That's how they have it in Washington, D.C. They don't give a crap about you. They only care about how much money they can get from you. Even if it means making you work 3 jobs so they can have their bulletproof cars, $30,000 a plate caviars, and let's see what else. Media attention.